Hey, do you find yourself perpetually freezing, sitting at your office cubicle or open plan workspace? Do you shiver in your bones and find yourself unable to concentrate on your project and meeting your deadlines? Well, don't you worry, I have some tips and recommendations to make sure that you stay warm, comfortable, and you're able to meet your goals at work. You might be asking, what are my credentials? Well, I used to work in an office. I worked in offices for at least 4 years, and I was always cold, no matter what the office, no matter what the company I worked for. So I wanted to share helpful tips that will make your work life a lot more bearable and make sure that the blaring AC is the least of your problems at the office. I don't know why offices are always cold, but let's try to beat the system together and be stylish at the same time. Alright, on to the first tip. The easiest way to be stylish and keep warm at the office is to wear an oversized or blanket scarf. So this one has made an appearance in just a recent previous video I created. Check it out if you're looking for some scarf inspiration. It was on my favorite scarves, but these are super versatile. You can wear them around your neck as you commute to the office like a regular scarf, but once you get in and you're sitting at your desk, you can just drape it over like I used to do. I used to just use it kind of as an oversized blanket over myself because my chest, arms, and shoulders would be the parts of my body that would get the coldest. And you can wear this at your desk while you're typing on your computer, working there, or you can wear this into an office. Unless you work at a very formal company, I think that you can walk into a meeting wearing this scarf and you should be fine. Wearing an oversized or blanket scarf is the most minimal way to wear fabric on yourself that will not only keep you warm, but you can pick out some neutral, colorful, all kinds of scarves so that you can style with other pieces in your wardrobe. Have a few thick sweaters in your wardrobe as well, like this one. I've had this sweater for years, and I always wear this sweater when I feel particularly cold on a day or it's a rather chilly one and I need to be outside and then inside, and I'm sure they're not going to be cranking up the heat. This just helps maintain your body temperature, keeps your core warmer so that you feel a lot less cold. And as I recommend in previous videos, it's always good to layer. In Seattle, we've become really good at layering because the weather here just is so erratic throughout the day. You know, you can often get 4 seasons in one day. The sweater I'm wearing is pretty thick as well. This one is from ASOS. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but either one of those ways. If you don't want to stick out like a sore thumb at work, or you're kind of conscious about that, I would just stick to a one color sweater instead of a multicolor sweater. I mean, you can get kind of like almost like an ugly sweater, Christmas sweater, or kind of out there sweaters as well. Whatever you're comfortable with, you can get so many different kinds. These are definitely staples in the fall and winter. What I often do is wear an undershirt so I have that extra layer of warmth underneath. I also like to get sweaters where the sleeves are a little longer than my hands, or that I can kind of stretch out so I can hide my fingers if they get cold while I'm sitting at my desk. There's so many sweaters out there. At least get a sweater with an acrylic material. I think that tends to be thicker. And really look for more of a woven or knitted fabric. Or if you get really cold, invest in a wool fabric sweater. As fall and winter start approaching, I kind of start stockpiling sweaters. Whether or not I'm in an office or going out, they're going to be useful wherever. I also find that layering sweaters on top of collared shirts or blouses is really cute too. Not only do you get that extra layer, but having a blouse underneath does amp it up a bit in terms of making it more formal if you work at a company where there's a more strict dress code. The blanket. So obviously a blanket is designed to keep you warm, and if possible I would try to keep one at work, one or two, bring it home once in a while to laundry it. So if there's a day, for example, that you decide to wear a dress or a skirt and you don't have the sweaters or layers on you, at least you can pull the blanket over yourself. Now, some downsides of having a blanket is, of course, you really can't take these into meetings. I mean, for example, if you're having a skip level meeting with the director in your company, you don't want to go into the meeting wearing a blanket because you'll probably look like a... Also just depends what the dress code is. I worked for tech companies, so the dress code wasn't as formal. But yes, if your desire to stay warm is intense, I would definitely make sure you bring a blanket. Actually, comment below and let me know if at your workplace you walked around with a blanket and got coffee, and if anyone thought you were a crazy person. Alright, you got the blanket, you got the sweater, you got a scarf. If you need to turn up the heat more, or if you're like me and you lose heat through your feet and your head, I would bring fuzzy socks or wear fuzzy socks. Now, I would recommend wearing these under boots, like, you know, Ugg style boots or rain boots, especially rain boots actually, because I think if you wear thin socks when you wear rain boots, one, they slip out from your feet, two, I think rain boots are pretty thin. I mean, they're meant to keep the water out, but I don't think they retain heat that well, so definitely wear like these fuzzy types of socks. Now, if you have a more casual workplace, you can even just pop your feet out and wear these. But if you could wear some stylish boots to work, I would highly recommend wearing those and slipping these fuzzy socks underneath so your feet can stay warm. Now, obviously this is not going to work if you need to wear pumps to work. There's nowhere to hide these fuzzy socks. Actually, putting the socks on, my feet felt instantly warmer and my whole body just warmed up. So good tip if you want to leave a few fuzzy socks at work and just pull them on when you have a moment and you forget to wear fuzzy socks, for example, commuting to work, I think that'd be a great idea. I tried to find socks that are made of kind of a bathrobe type material, or you can even try to find woolly socks if your toes especially get cold. I would even recommend going to an outdoor store and getting hiking socks. That would be even better because they'll keep your feet warm but also keep the moisture out so that your feet don't get sweaty and gross. I think the most fashionable but warm piece that you can wear is a shawl. For example, you can pop on something like this and I think you'll look very chic and at the same time keep your upper body warm. Now, full disclosure, I am not a huge fan of shawls and all the shawls I have are from my mom, but you know what? I'm actually glad that she gifted me the shawls because I wore them to work and honestly, I was pretty warm during the day. Yeah, my arms had to pop out to type and, you know, maneuver around at work, but for the most part, I was feeling pretty good. Also kind of got this feeling that I was a little bit more posh or dressed up than usual, even though I was wearing like jeans underneath. This is an excellent type of piece to wear if you work at an office where you do have to be more dressed up, or you're seeing clients and you need to really care about your appearance and how you represent the company if you want to look like, you know, you mean business. This is also excellent for layering. You can wear a blouse or a tank top underneath. The only thing is I feel like sometimes your arm movements can be a little bit restricted, or if you just wear a tank top underneath and you didn't shave your armpits, for example, which, no lie, has been me a few times. You just have to be careful how far you lift up your arms. But yeah, I even feel like, you know, if you're a senior manager or higher in a tech company, you can wear something like this and you'll instantly look a lot more done up. And at the same time retaining the heat and not freezing because of how cold the conference room is. Now let's say you need to be more fancy. I would look for shawls that have more of like this fuzzy, kind of slightly shiny texture. It makes it look more luxurious instead of just getting one that is just a knitted texture. I think that tends to be a little bit more casual, so whatever you're looking for, I would mind the materials. One of my favorite types of warm clothing is to wear a thick cardigan. So for example, this is a cardigan I've had for a long time from Zara, and it is crazy warm. I'm not sure what the material is for this, but it's kind of a mix, I think, of wool and other fabrics. But whenever I pop this on, even if I'm just wearing a tank top underneath, I stay warm and toasty at the office. And what's really nice is this also has deep pockets, so if my hands are cold, I can put my hands inside the pocket and warm them up in here. And this is a different way to have stylish pieces in your wardrobe that you can buy different colors and styles of and wear a sweater underneath or layer up with other pieces underneath, and make sure that you're still office appropriate by, you know, selecting ones that aren't too gaudy or stand out too much if you want to make sure you maintain a particular image at the office. And what I love about the sweater too is that it's really long. It goes maybe to my backside, so at least it's warm up until that. And I think cardigans are very versatile too, because once you get into the office and let's say, oh, you feel warmer or hotter than usual and you need to take it off, it's just easy to whip off, versus if you're wearing a sweater, you literally have to take your sweater off or, you know, go to the restroom if you don't want everyone to see you taking your sweater off. So I think it's just a lot easier to layer up or layer down wearing a cardigan. And of course you can also wear a cardigan backwards, put your arm through this side, which I did a lot at the office, in case I needed some extra warmth in the chest or the shoulder area while I was typing. I did a lot of typing at my office job, guys, so that's why I'm always mimicking the typing. And again, I think no matter what dress code you have at the office, you can find cardigans that are more lavish or a lot more just down to your earth, just go outside and grab lunch with your coworkers. And I feel like for cardigans, you can always find ones that are a lot more dolled up if you work, you know, as a high-powered fashion editor, or if you work as a developer in a tech company, you can find one that's more subdued in color and design, so you look more down to earth and more hipster-like if that's what you're going for. And finally, can't discount the beanie, the good old beanie that keeps your head warm. I have lots of beanies because my head always gets cold, and when my head is cold, my entire body is cold. So I wear these going into the office. I don't think I've ever worn a beanie sitting at my desk, and not to any meetings. But if you work at a very casual office, then I would just make a beanie part of your fashion statement. Maybe be known for that one person that wears a beanie. It can make you kind of stand out in a good way. People will remember you and then think of your work and maybe think about you during promotion season. Okay, that could be reaching a little bit. But I personally love beanies. I wish I had tried to wear them more when I worked at the office. And you can go so many directions with the beanie. You can do so many different styles, patterns, shapes, and you can keep an office beanie so that, you know, you bring it home once in a while and you wash it, but at least you know there's one always there in case you forget it. The beanie is probably going to work for, you know, if you work for a game company or for a casual company, but, you know, let's say you're a lawyer or you work for a finance company on Wall Street, this is not going to fly. But I recommended you a lot of other clothing pieces that you could incorporate. So just kind of pick and choose what's best for you. And that's the end. I hope this video is helpful. Comment below and let me know what you're going to start incorporating into your wardrobe so that you can keep warm at the office or whatever workplace you work at, where you're inside and you can't really control what the temperature is like. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell notification for more style, travel, and food. And I really like to know what types of videos you guys like to watch from me the most. I see a lot of new faces and I'd love you to say hi. And just know that I appreciate all your guys' support. Thank you so much for watching me. And I hope that I put a smile on your face. And I hope I show you something that will help improve something in your life every day. Whatever you're up to, I hope it's awesome and I'll see you next time. Bye!